but we don't have time to talk about that right now. We're basically over an hour right now, so we should be done. But I do want to talk one more angle, just because I want to throw in NXT into our reviews, into our show, because I've started following NXT, and I just want to do at least one angle every week, just to keep up with it, to say that we watch it, we don't totally ignore it. We don't have an angle from Dynamite this week, but this NXT that aired opposite Dynamite destroyed it in the ratings. Worst rated Dynamite rating. We don't have any angles from Dynamite on today's show, but there was enough of it on WrestleDream. But it was a very bad Dynamite. It was kind of horrible. You even mentioned in our review post that this was a really particularly awful Dynamite.
Yes, absolutely.
But all right, the one angle from NXT that I've chosen to discuss is Toni Deangelo against Oba Femi for the NXT North American title, which I really love this match. I thought it was a very seriously worked match. Had a Rocky 3 thing going, Rocky 3 storyline with Toni Deangelo.
Boy. You and John Moxley.
Doubting himself. Well, this was done. I don't know if the storyline was done any better than Moxley's, but the match was great. I thought this was a very seriously worked match. I thought they looked good. Toni Deangelo is pumped up. He didn't look fake. It didn't really look fake that he was kind of working with Oba Femi like this. But I'm not going to play any of the match, but I got a link to it. If anybody really wants to see the match, there's a low-quality, legal quality link to this whole video in the description below. Check that out if you really want to. But Toni Deangelo was going to cheat because he's usually a cheater, but this time he was like, nah, I got to do it by myself. And after he saw Oba Femi beat up his family, he pulled something from, deep within him to fucking roll up Oba Femi, basically, and win the match. And a nice win for Toni Deangelo, all right? But I guess, you did have a rating for this match. You gave it a thumbs up. Interesting. I gave it 2 thumbs up. For a match, I thought it was really well worked. So, and then Robert, who's also rated this match on our Malapert Smark ratings post, he gave it a thumbs up as well. So Robert's not here, but we could mention that he liked this. So, any comments you want to give about, Oba Femi first? I guess we'll start with that before I ask your opinion on Toni Deangelo's gimmick. But let's start with Oba Femi.
Well, I think Oba Femi looks great. I mean,
is he ready? Main roster ready, huh?
I would say so. I mean, he looks tremendous. He has a great look. I mean, I've only seen this guy twice. To be honest, I hadn't heard of him really. I heard the name maybe, but I hadn't seen anything from him until the promo that he cut in the first week on CW, and then the match here he had with Toni Deangelo the following week for the North American title, right? So I mean, he looks tremendous. I don't know what else to say. He has a great look. He's, and he works. He can work. He put on a very, very good match as far as so 2 big men kind of going at it. I enjoyed it. I mean, I would say it was a very impressive match for me. A big guy that can work and he could do stuff with. I think this guy can go far.
I got to cut you off, though, because we are running short on time. But I do want to get your opinion on Toni Deangelo. What about that? What's up with the gimmick? Is it too weird?
Toni Deangelo will never. The mafia gimmick will not work anywhere, dude.
You were telling me, because we were talking about this off air. You were saying that nobody talks like that in real life. I can't believe that. I think there's people in Jersey who talk like that, exactly like that.
I mean, potentially, possibly, I guess. I don't know. I mean, sure, there are people like this.
So the accent is too ridiculous. But what can they do about that, Vlad? Can they just drop the accent, do you think? One day he could just show up without it or something? Or what can they do?
Well, I mean, if you look at him, he's a good-looking athlete. He's obviously a guy that is big, strong. You could do a lot with him as a wrestler. I just don't.
No, I mean, what can you do about the gimmick? Like, how can you?
You can't. No, you can't. Yeah, you just pretend like it doesn't exist. You change him completely. You just
one day come out with a new gimmick. No, I mean,
he could still be Toni Deangelo, I guess, or maybe he goes heel and he calls himself Anthony something. I don't know. But anyways, it doesn't. But the point is that. I just don't think you can have this whole mafia. He's been in jail type of gimmick. It's silly.
Look, you know what, Vlad? I'm gonna give you a prediction on my end. I think he's coming up to the main roster, and he's gonna come up as Toni Deangelo, as the same Don, the Don of NXT. He's gonna come up with the same gimmick. I guarantee you. They're not gonna change it at all.
Well, so that's their choice. I'm not saying they should, or they should. I mean, I'm saying they should. I'm saying they should, but I'm not saying that they have to. They can do whatever they want. I'm just saying that it's not going to get over, and it's not going to go anywhere. You know, that's the point I'm making. So, I mean, now Oba Femi. Now let's talk about somebody that matters then. If that's your prediction that he's just going to stay Mafia Don, Toni Deangelo, then you might as well just, just throw him away because he ain't gonna be doing shit.
I think it'll be fine, man. I think it'll be cool, but we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see. I mean, you just don't have a sense of humor, Vlad. You just have got no sense of humor.
No, I got plenty of sense of humor, but I mean, this guy could be anything. This guy could be like a monster heel, and he could. He's 6'1". They're saying looking at the thing. They're saying have him at 6'1", 250. The guy is a beast, right? You could do a lot of different things with him.
Yeah, he legitimately looked like he could have beat Oba Femi on this night. So yeah, they could do something with him. But
yeah.
All right. Anyways,
but the story is Oba Femi and what his future is, because I'm actually curious myself now. I'll keep an eye on him, especially if he goes to the main roster.
I think that's it. I think he's going to come up at some point. His next appearance will be on the main roster, in my opinion, my guess. Because I think if you're going to lose this title and put someone over, that's basically the sign that someone's going up to the main roster.
But has he been in NXT for a while now? I don't even know his story.
It doesn't matter. Sometimes they're just like, you know what, we need a guy. Let's pull him up. You know what I mean? So I'm thinking Triple H is they're just gonna pull the trigger and do it. That's my guess. I could be wrong. Maybe he'll come back this week and try to get his North American title back, but I don't know.
Well, I mean, people say they see money in certain people, but they've been saying that about people like Daniel Garcia and people like that. No, there's actually money in Oba Femi, potentially. I don't know if it's going to happen, but just by his look, there should be something there.
All right. Well, we'll see if he gets drafted or maybe a surprise Royal Rumble entrant or something, or if he goes back to NXT. I'm not sure.
Yeah.